high in the western peaks, where the air grew thin and the world seemed to balance between stone and sky. There stood a ruined watchtower called Frostspire. No road led to it anymore, only a crumbling path of slate steps that disappeared beneath snowdrifts. Travelers avoided it, for they said the tower was haunted not by ghosts of men, but by the mountain itself. Long ago, Frostspire had been built to keep watch over the narrow pass below, where caravans once flowed with salt, wool, and silver. The wardens who manned it were sworn to light a great beacon whenever storms gathered, guiding the merchants safely through. But in one terrible winter, a storm came so fierce that the flame would not catch. The wind roared, the oil froze, and the watchtower fell silent. When dawn broke, the valley below was buried in snow and silence, every caravan gone, every traveler lost. After that day, no one returned to Frostspire. Yet, strange things began to happen. On the darkest nights, a pale blue fire would shimmer on the tower's crown. Herdsmen in the valley swore they heard voices, as though the mountain itself whispered warnings in a language older than men. And once each winter, a lone figure was said to climb the pass, lantern in hand, walking steadily toward the ruins before vanishing inside. Last year, a shepherd's son named Kale grew restless with the old tales. He was tired of hearing his father warn him never to climb the high path, tired of the villagers bowing their heads at the tower's shadow. So, when the first snows came, he set out with a lantern of his own. The climb was brutal. The wind clawed at him. The stones slipped beneath his boots, but he pressed on. At last, he reached Frostspire. Inside, he found not ruin, but light. The walls were broken, yes, but the beacon chamber glowed with a cold flame that gave no heat, and around it stood the wardens of Old Silent, translucent, their eyes fixed upon the mountain pass as though they still guarded it. One stepped forward and pressed a frozen hand upon Keel's chest. "You carry the flame," the spirit said, though its mouth did not move. "Take it, and the mountain will hear you." When Kale stumbled back into the village at dawn, the storm that had threatened all night had broken apart, as if the peaks themselves had bent to let the sun through. His lantern burned still, not with oil but with that same pale fire. And from that winter onward, whenever dark clouds gathered, Kale would climb halfway up the pass, lift his lantern high, and the winds would turn aside. The people of the valley no longer whispered in fear of Frostspire. Instead, they said the mountain had found a new warden,